IPP office has been set up in 2010 as a partnership between the Department of Energy, National Treasury and the Development Bank of Southern Africa. We started with the renewable energy IPP program. We had in 2011 the COP17, and the decision was to immediately start with the procurement of IPPs and supporting or complementing Eskom with the generation of electricity. Yeah, so we are in existence from 2011, beginning of 2011, and we have already procured 92 projects. We are working on the government side, so we do the procurement on behalf of the Department of Energy. What we then do is the documents, and we usually draft non-negotiable contracts. So you bid, and you bid the price and socioeconomic development included, and then that becomes basically you sign on the dotted line. For the 27 projects, there was a delay of about 3 years. So it was a lot of work to keep everybody involved in South Africa, to keep them to believe in South Africa. But also when Minister Radebe arrived, he realized how important these projects are for the development and for our economy. And when he signed it, he gave us a few weeks to get ready, and then he signed it. And I think it was a great thing that he did. It just started the whole process again. We believe in a rolling program because it creates the opportunity to do industrialization, but then you have to stick to the dates of the rolling program, because otherwise people lose interest and they start looking for other opportunities. But between the 1 and 2, absolutely yes. It was very expensive. But you must understand that we came in a time when it was still a high numbers and big subsidies for renewable energy. However, the prices have come down substantially. Will we get to where Saudi Arabia, the US? I don't think so, because our program asks for social development of the rural areas around the project, entrepreneurial development. So we don't give the land. So IPPs must go and find land. They must do the environmental impact assessments, and they must do these socioeconomic development initiatives. And it's very important in our environment, because you want to keep people in the rural areas and you want to stimulate the economies of the rural areas. How are we going to start trying to address that? The IPPs are now, like in any other country and any other area, coming back for refinancing, and we hope to pick up during that refinancing to make sure that some of the benefits of a refinancing go back to the community, the consumer. So yes, it between the 1 and 2 was definitely expensive, but it was the start of a process, and we started, which is much better than doing nothing. We also going to go with gas now. Minister said it this morning. It is in the new IRP. When it's approved, there will be gas-fired IPPs. So yeah, our country needs investment. We need jobs. We need to bring in the youth into these economic opportunities. I mean, people were for many years left out of the economy, so we bring those people back into the mainstream economy activities. So yeah, maybe we will never be where, say, the US is, but I think what we are doing is the right thing. We have to ensure that the communities are benefiting from the projects and that they take part in the development of the projects. The IPP program and the timelines is according to our integrated resource plan, and the draft is now out for comment. It's 60 days and then it will be finalized, and from there it will be, if we go according to the draft IRP that's currently there's 11 gigawatts of gas IPPs or gas power to come in from 2026 onwards. Because we don't have gas in South Africa, the intention is to do LNG first as importation, and then to distribute that for power. But we also believe that that can play a big role in the industrial and transportation sectors. So our plan is to release the RFP next year, mid-year I think it will be. But we need to look at the RP before we finalize it. It will take time to do an RFP because we haven't done it before. But we are very excited. We've done a preliminary information memorandum in 2016, and that was distributed at a gas options conference here in South Africa, and we were very excited about the response that we've received. The issue for us is we now need to take that preliminary information memorandum, dust it off because there was 2 years in between, look at the RP, look at the combination of gas to power that the country is needing, and then start conceptualizing the procurement program again for the gas to power, which I hope we will next year, more or less mid-year, release. I believe that it will take us a few years to do the procurement, but then also the private sector has to come and build. So I think next year you can look out for it. Currently we do not have gas. However, Mozambique, our neighbor, has. Namibia has gas, Tanzania and Angola has got gas. So for now, I think if we talk natural gas, it will be from one of them that we need to negotiate. There was an energy ministers for SADC countries in June here in South Africa, and they have agreed to work together to do a master plan for gas. That was confirmed by the heads of states, I think a month ago or so, not even a month ago, that we will work together and do a gas master plan for the region, which I think is a great idea. And if we work together, we can get so much further. If you look at what's in the media, shale gas is very important in our energy mix. Minister has said many times that he is in favor of shale gas and fracking. They are definitely looking in how to do it. And therefore I think very soon we'll see standalone legislation for oil and gas. Currently it's in the legislation of minerals in South Africa, but we believe it should have standalone legislation. I mean, lots of things are being said about fracking, and I mean, obviously they say the Karoo is the best place in South Africa for shale gas, but I think we need to have scientific information. It's easy to talk, but if you don't have the right information, then it's scare tactics, in my opinion. And I think fracking has moved so far from the beginning of it in the US, etc., that I believe it's fairly safe right now to do fracking. I think it is definitely a big plus for South Africa. It will make a huge difference to our economy, and I think it will immediately stimulate the economy. Therefore, my opinion is that, and I think I can say it because Minister Gadebe has said it a few times, it has to happen now. We need to start getting there and get the private sector interested in coming to do the work. Well, I'm very impressed. I really think you've done a great job. Just to look at who's here, and last night the gala dinner, I think you've really done an excellent job. And obviously the Cape Town International Convention Centre is wonderful, the new area. So I think it was well done, and it is still well done, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the day and tomorrow.